Just have to line it up.
This is fresh. Let's make this one go viral, y'all. Y'all gonna be the next big show. Breakfast Club in Dallas, Texas, man. Mm-hmm.
And we are live. It's another episode of 30 Something Podcast. Want to thank everybody for joining us. I have no idea, Miko, what episode we on?
Episode 14.
It's episode 14 of season 2. Y'all been riding with us tough, heavy. We trying to get this production thing down. So we mastering it. You see, we got some of the coolest niggas you've ever seen in your life in the studio today. We got Mr. Joe Powell with us.
Hey, how y'all doing?
and then we have Mr. Paul Dawson with us.
Hello.
And of course, we got Miss Lisa.
Hey, y'all.
And Miko with us.
Hey.
Over there, engineering her life away. Marie is not joining us tonight. She's focusing on breathing. So we're gonna send Marie some medicine in the name of Jesus. So a little bit later, we're gonna get into it with these guys talking about sports and conversation about like college athletics and conversation also about like about HBCUs and black football players,
black athletes
attending
HBCUs over the PWI.
Yes, so we're going to talk about that a little bit later with them. And hey, my Uncle Thomas.
Hey, Uncle Tom.
I just want to send a shout out to my Uncle Tom. Y'all don't know my Uncle Tom. My Uncle Tom is my daddy's brother all the way in High Point, North Carolina. And he takes his time out of his Tuesday night, every Tuesday, to watch us. So I just want to send some love to him and tell him thank you so much for supporting. Because I swear we got people here that we talk to every day who are, we're close to and they don't watch. So just want to take some time out to say thank you to everybody, not just him, but everybody who's been rocking with us. So we're going to get into what now? We're going to talk about a couple things. First thing is KFC is testing a chicken donut. Did you get the chicken donut? You didn't. Miko didn't get the chicken donut.
That sounds so nasty.
Yes, so KFC announced that they'll be testing a new combination of fried chicken and glazed donuts beginning September the 16th. And customers have two options. You can either get a chicken and a donut basket meal for $5.49, which includes chicken tenders or bone chicken plus a donut, or a chicken sandwich for $5.99 featuring a fried chicken patty between two donut buns. And if you just want the donut, you can add one to any meal for $1.
That sounds disgusting.
And so some people are like really into like the salty sweet thing, right? So I was thinking, right, like would I ever try the chicken donut combo? I think that I would probably have to be drinking or
it sounds like a coming down off your high meal,
right? Like the Jack in the Box got them crazy ass meals you go and it's like you would only eat this if you was hot as hell, like
churros.
Right, they have like the burger with the breakfast sandwich mixed in with some side tacos.
One night I had some donuts from Krispy Kreme left over, and I had some Raisin Canes.
So you had the chicken donut.
So I put them together.
Did you really?
No.
I believe it.
Well, I've had the Southern Made and the Southern Classic in Shreveport, but I didn't eat it as a sandwich. I ate my little.
Southern Girl, you might be on this.
I ate it like you eat your donuts, you eat your little piece of chicken, but I mean I swallowed first. It wasn't a sandwich though, but that is a really good combination. Every time
you take a bite, you take another bite.
Yeah,
because I got to go to Southern Made in Shreveport because they give you the hot fresh donuts.
Exactly.
Then you go to Southern Classic
and get your little
Southern got the best fried chicken ever.
They do. I really like their chicken.
Y'all ever heard of Tom and Cheap?
You don't like
Tom and
Stonewall?
Cheese restaurant.
No.
I haven't heard of Tom and Cheese.
I like Frenchies. It's kind of
Frenchies
like
is okay.
Frenchies be East Coast down, and that's all they sell is breakfast, like honey, but like the glazed donuts with like different.
What's the
type
name
of
of
meats.
it?
Tom and Cheese.
Tom and Cheese.
Yeah,
Where we get
it's
it?
like
Tom
all
and
on the
Cheese.
East Coast. Yeah.
On the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was in Ohio when I had it.
If y'all are ever in Ohio, stop at Tom and Cheese and get you a chicken donut.
We just
I
gave
don't-
them free
the-
advertising.
The
It's
only
good.
thing
It's
about
gonna
this,
boom, watch. It's gonna boom. If it's
Is
good, yeah, it's gonna. Yeah.
my only concern about this is that I don't like KFC. Like KFC chicken,
It's not real chicken.
it's not good. And I know that they ain't finna be making no super fresh donuts. I'm like, how you gonna trust them to make some donuts? That donut gonna taste like chicken because they gonna be fried in chicken
If
grease.
it was Popeyes that was making it, then I eat it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know those Popeyes
I love
Is
Popeyes
a
too.
classic.
chicken sandwich.
I love Popeyes.
But
too.
Popeyes in Texas doesn't taste like Louisiana Popeyes.
does
I
not.
know that, right?
Popeyes is
You're
Popeyes.
right.
I don't know.
It originated in Louisiana, so
It
it
did, but
actually
it still
tastes.
tastes.
No, the seasoning is different. They might
Probably
use the
because they probably
same
put it
sauce,
in
but
there.
it ain't gonna be the same.
It does taste
Same.
different. I will say that it does taste a little bit different.
I don't know, man.
But Popeyes is good either way. Now they require a small business loan to get one of their combos. There is nothing under $10 on that combo menu. It
Better
is
go on
so
payday.
expensive. Like you, and then if you go like on Tuesdays, like today, they have the 2-piece Tuesday. They have a separate batch of like miniature chicken that they serve to you on those days. Not the same size as the chicken. Yeah, I'm a fried chicken
smart.
connoisseur. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand it. There is a difference. That's why I ain't even bothered today. I went and got me a piece of Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
I had Williams today also. I'm gonna have to post the little box that they gave me because it wasn't a Williams box. It was a to-go box.
No.
Well, I'm
They
gonna show
ran
y'all right now.
They were in there.
They gave me a to-go box.
So, what's next? We got Tekashi 6ix9ine is testifying against two reputed members of a violent New York City street gang. The rapper took the witness stand today as a part of a cooperation agreement with federal prosecutors. He admitted in a guilty plea earlier this year that he joined the non-trade Gangsta Bloods and helped try to kill a rival gang member. I did.
What happened?
Is he snitching?
Yeah.
Hard too. Like,
Big
I
snitching.
joined the gang.
I
But I
joined
tried
the
to kill
gang,
somebody.
and I tried to kill someone. I joined the gang. Yes. I just tried to kill. Yes, I did. I tried to commit murder.
Oh, is his hair still rainbow colored? Because I want to know who's dyeing his hair in jail.
I'm sure his hair is probably not rainbow. I'm sure they probably cut it off. But 6ix9ine decision to cooperate has appended his
So his
bad
rap
boy
career
image on
over.
social media, and rap icon Snoop Dogg recently labeled him as a snitch.
Yeah, his rap career is.
Well,
So
Snoop
listen,
didn't have to label
he
him
gonna-
as a snitch. He
gonna have
labeled
to-
himself
gonna
as
have-
one.
He gonna have to go into hiding. I mean, this is like Tekashi. He had a whole incident where he was shooting in the middle of Times Square, right? Like, you out here like you making penitentiary moves. You know what I'm saying? Like in broad daylight, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? And then like you get busted, and it's like, well, right? So
He was trying to boost his
but what
career.
there's-
He wasn't really about that life.
right? No, but what they're saying is that they had put a head out on him, and they was gonna kill him. That's why they say he's snitching them.
Did y'all listen to Tekashi? Y'all Tekashi 6ix9ine?
He's a couple songs used to go hard, but it ain't shit. Now nobody don't listen to
What
him.
does he sing?
He had a song.
He got
I
a
didn't listen
song
to this
with
nigga,
Tory
but I
Lanez that
followed
go
him on
hard.
Instagram because he was funny.
Yeah, he got,
Graduation day.
he got a lot of hits, man. Like
Did he
Tekashi
even graduate?
His album was Day 69 Graduation Day. I don't know. I mean, I didn't listen to him. Did you
Nobody
listen to
cares
him?
anymore.
Did you listen to him? Yeah, I couldn't. I'm sorry.
I think my kids had tried to, and I was like, no, not in this house. In this house, we will not listen to.
You don't listen to
Rainbow
nobody
colored
in
hair,
your
dude.
house.
Rainbow color.
We listen to Tupac.
Yeah,
High five. I'm getting high fives tonight, all around the set.
Feel the love. So, we're gonna talk next about Kevin Hart is named in a $60 million suit by a woman in a 2017 sex tape. So there was a sex tape in 2017 with Kevin Hart, and the woman who's in the sex tape is allegedly suing Kevin Hart and others allegedly involved in the tape's creation or publication online for $60 million. Her name is Montia Sabaj, alleges in a federal lawsuit filed on Monday in the Central Court District, California, that she was secretly videotaped without her knowledge or consent while she was engaged in private consensual sexual relations with Hart in his hotel room in Vegas. So the incident became public in 2017 after somebody went and posted the video online, right? And so Kevin Hart addressed the tape at the time and said that he was being extorted and apologized to his wife and kids. So what Kevin Hart is saying is that he did not know that somebody somebody had hidden some cameras in his room. And he's saying that the guy that hid the cameras in his room took the recording and tried to extort him out of money.
Right.
And so since he couldn't extort him out of money, then he just went and posted the video online.
So Kevin Hart is the one who, the other guy.
The other guy who
so why is she not suing him? Because she don't have no money.
She's suing him too.
Okay.
She's suing Kevin
Very
Hart
responsible
and
of her.
suing and she said she's suing for emotional distress and for invasion of privacy.
So both of them had something going on, and then some dude rigged his room or whatever, and she wasn't saying that when it was set up. That's what
she
I'm
didn't
saying.
care about the emotional distress.
So
she
that's
caused
lame though.
Nico, whatever her name is.
That's on her.
How is it on her?
It is.
Like, how do you? How?
I'm saying,
close
I feel
your
like
legs. In the words of Nene Leakes, close your legs to married men.
I feel well. I mean that part, but I'm saying like you have if you can consent to consensual sex without consenting to being recorded.
Exactly.
Having consensual sex, right? Like
so I'm just saying. So she's saying that he tried to do something to her.
No. She's saying that she didn't know she was being recorded.
Okay.
Right, and so she says she's suing Kevin Hart and the guy that recorded because I think she feels
don't even have nothing to do with it.
But I think she feels like maybe he does because who the hell?
But what is she?
But it was Kevin's room, and he allowed him to have access to his room. However, I don't feel like Kevin Hart should be sued in this instance. But old dude don't have no money, so she's going after the bigger bag, even though she's suing both.
Right, but let's play devil's advocate for a minute, right? Like if you Kevin Hart, you got this video that's out there, you done got busted or whatever. Of course you gonna say you didn't know that that it was being recorded. Like dudes out there making sex tapes all the time and doing stupid stuff.
But he was being extorted, so I don't feel like he knew because who's making a sex tape to get extorted off of it?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like something happened. I think he knew that guy had the video. You know what I'm saying? I think he knew that it was recorded. But I think that the guy flipped the tables on him and was like, "Hey, if you don't pay me, then I'm a post a video or whatever."
So you think Kevin Hart recorded the video?
I think he knew that there was.
Why would Kevin Hart want to record it?
Why does R. Kelly record fucking 13-year-olds? Like and keep the VHS. Like rich people do strange things.
I like married.
No, yes they do.
He was married when those videos came out.
Why cheat in the first place? Because you felt like you could get away with it. And why not push the envelope? He say, why would he do that? Why do
so
people
you don't
do
think
anything
the Tristan
they do?
Thompson situation was rigged? He didn't know what was going on, and they did him like that.
Did who? Ain't nobody forced him to do nothing.
No, I'm just saying the girls. I'm talking about the one that was with the Kardashians.
Jordan.
They played.
Jordan Woods.
No.
Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan Woods.
Tristan. Yeah.
So you felt like he was set up?
Yeah, he had to. The situation, I feel like the girls, they framed him.
Have you seen how big he is?
That's crazy.
No, I'm talking about frame the video.
The girl was like, sit down so I can get on your lap and kiss you.
I'm talking about frame the video. I'm talking about like how the media and everybody found out about that. Like girls do that.
I think a lot of this stuff is for.
You get what I'm saying?
For clout. But I think they do it for clout. Either way, you can't be framed if you don't put yourself in a position to be framed, though. So you can't say that they were framed. If he put himself in a position, he shouldn't have been messing around. But I don't really care because I
feel like
care about
that rich men,
like
when they have money, they do strange things. right? They feel like they're invincible. They feel like they can get away with stuff. Like it's just it is you showing your power and your control. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh well, I mean, I can do this and record it. Why do nobodies record themselves?
Why would you want to get caught doing something like that?
Dudes that ain't rich and famous record themselves having sex with people when they married. Like that's just shit that niggas do.
We talking about Kevin Hart.
That's just shit niggas do.
They don't think
He done got caught cheating before.
They're sloppy.
Out in the broad daylight, he was, and this is the same girl that he was laid up with on the couch at the bar, and his cameras. He got caught then, and when they recorded it, and it was posted on TMZ.
Broad daylight, he ain't got nothing to do with that.
Man,
about something. He said that.
they disagree.
Listen, black men don't cheat. Fuck it. All
Right. like little
Apparently not. But then there's all these side chicks and side babies.
Listen,
to show for them not cheating.
Listen. Drake got a baby by a whole stripper. And
she's an exotical damsel.
And Carmelo got a new baby by a whole stripper.
She's an exotical damsel.
Exotical. Like I'm just saying,
Cardi came
like,
out the club.
why are we acting like people like
thing.
it's just ghastly for somebody to record themselves having sex? I could definitely
but in a
see.
situation, who would you think want to record that? The female or Kevin Hart?
That's what I'm saying.
Would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For money.
Now you get the picture. That's what we tell
like how to do with the camera, how he know.
It doesn't matter. They should not have put themselves in a position to be recorded.
But it be girls out here like doing stuff for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like them Instagram chicks, they get flown out. I'm trying to get flew out. So they get flew out to Miami. You know what I'm saying? They buy them a bag and they feel like they done made it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's on to the next trick. So I don't feel like you got people who extort, and then there's some people who just like that being around that energy and that kind of fame, and people like they just like that kind of.
She's not trying to record. She's trying to.
We gotta go to the next story.
But she definitely.
They gonna defend Kevin Hart all night long if we let them.
This ain't homie Kevin Hart.
All right, bro.
What's next, Drea?
All right, bro.
They gonna defend Kevin Hart.
$60 million, that's too much money. Come on,
Well, the thing is, like,
the whole thing,
you
that's
shoot
outrageous.
for the sky and hope you land on the star.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah. Aim for the sky and hope you land on the star. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I just want to tell y'all real quick. I don't know if y'all know, but we buy gold medal flour, and this is just a PSA that General Mills has recalled 600,000 pounds of flour, gold medal flour, and if for E. coli bacteria, they found it during sampling. So if you look at your flour bag and it has a use by date of September the 6th, 2020, then you need to dispose of that.
So ain't gonna be no fried chicken going on.
You just fry some shit. You fry some shit.
And you didn't look at your bag
of flour. You got double E. coli.
That's not allergies, Kamiko. That's not
they
what's
said
bothering you. It's the flour from your chicken.
No snort.
I hate to report that to you.
You ain't got no allergies. But anyway, so it says while there haven't been any confirmed cases of people getting sick, at least 21 people in the United States were sickened earlier this week with E. coli. So
wait, pause. You said although there have not been any confirmed cases of people being sick,
with this.
But then they turn around and said 21 people have been sick.
Yeah, earlier this year. They had a different batch of flour.
But
theirs was linked to flour.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to see what they
listen. Just grow your own wheat, grind that shit up, make your own flour. That's all you got to do. So
we're gonna live on farms now.
Yes, we're gonna start growing our own tomatoes and okra.
We really need to.
I like okra.
It's just expensive.
It's expensive. It's more expensive. You don't even know what they're putting. Both of them, girl.
It's expensive to
suave and debonair
food here in America.
They don't talk like that on the football field.
I know.
Way louder than
that. Last story. This just dropped today. Felipe Vasquez, the pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, has been arrested and accused of soliciting a child for sex. So he was taken into custody by Pennsylvania State Police on one count of computer pornography solicitation of a child and one count of providing obscene material to minors. So they said they began investigating. He's 28, and after learning that he had an alleged sexual relationship between a teenage girl living in Lee County, Florida, and the girl lived in St. Cloud, Florida, he began to have a relationship with the girl, and so apparently he sent her like a video of him. They said of him performing a sex act. I'm gonna just go ahead and just throw it out there. Maybe he was probably masturbating on the video. I mean, I can't think of.
Why do we have to throw it out there?
No, I'm just saying,
What
like,
else it could be?
well, I'm trying to think of what else it could be, like, that you would send. He sent to a 15-year-old girl that a video of him performing a sex act, and then he told the girl, like, at the end of the baseball season that they could meet up. And
How old is he?
He's 28.
He's an adult.
Oh, that's a grown man. He's the Dominican guy.
I have a question for you all because y'all played in college, and a lot of times younger girls end up on the college campus. Did y'all like do any type of like questioning, or did y'all like
Y'all show me something.
like figure out if they old enough, or it's kind of like once you all in the party, everybody pretty much the same age?
Depends on the situation, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you in the club, you can't talk. Like, you just.
Why you can't talk?
So
in the
how you
club?
go-
Because a lot of
I mean,
times 15-year-olds look like 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
Y'all go to raves?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like
I'm just saying.
she, the clubs I didn't go, we attend, I go to. She ain't even. They ain't even. She gotta look like. She got this different look, and this when I was at OU too. Like when we was at OU, it was 18, 21 through 20, like 4, like above. Like you know what I'm saying. So,
But
like,
15 can look like 18, right?
no,
Especially
they
in this
can,
day
but,
and
like,
age.
Yeah.
With all those
I've seen-
eyebrows and eyelashes
Listen,
that these little girls be putting
No,
on.
Trying to be
no.
18.
But these 15-year-olds now, though,
Look, kid.
baby, I drove past Duncanville High School. I was like,
They
you
look
got on a
growner than me.
uniform
Yeah, but that's how
with
it
some
is.
stripper
Though, but we
heels,
was in high
weave
school.
down here, eyelashes out to here. Like, it's a
Yeah.
whole major production.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
It's always been fast ass girls in high school. I'm talking about back in the 90s.
Yeah,
like,
but
they always been
Our
there.
high school, we went to Skyline, so it was like it was the most exclusive high school in America for me.
Is that what you feel?
I
Yes,
know
it
it is.
was.
All right.
Yes, it
Like
was.
nobody high school was better than our high school.
Oh, Lord
Yeah.
have mercy.
And that's facts, man.
I'm so glad I have lived
We
life
got a
since
radio
high
in
school,
the
so I don't have
house.
to
I'm
get into
telling
this
you the- I'm
argument
telling you the
today.
truth.
We know
I'm
that
telling you
the
the-
Lincoln High
I
School
don't
Lincoln
even-
was
is
live.
the upper echelon high
Okay,
school of
Lincoln,
Dallas Fort Worth, and
come on.
please don't say that school without sports. Don't waste your energy.
Listen,
You know
I
Skyline
don't even
sports.
need to say anything about my
Okay, so back to the story at hand here, because I'm not gonna let y'all
Nah,
pull
y'all
me
got
into
legends.
a
Y'all
high
got
school
legends.
competition.
Y'all got legends. Y'all got. I'm
I'm glad you acknowledged that. Thank you.
like I love Lincoln though. I like Lincoln like how I did like Spruce. Lincoln was a
Spruce?
Spruce was
Lincoln
live
is
too.
Same category.
Yeah,
It was, like it was like, but Lincoln was live though.
All
Lincoln
right.
was live. I'm
Thank
just talking about
you.
because
We
I
didn't
grew,
have sports in my high school, so it's not even that serious.
you just didn't grow up where we grew up, and I
Okay.
grew up in both like neighborhoods, and one of my cousins, like my uncle, is his girlfriend
You
and
just
her
don't show
son.
up the whole setup.
He went to Lincoln, so I grew up like watching it. Y'all used to have the camera,
Like
picture, booth.
Lincoln too.
Yeah.
Y'all school.
We had the photo booth.
I
y'all had
show-
the
we
photo
show
booth.
love to
So
all
I'm
of
I'm a
DISD.
kid. I'm seeing them. He going to school, he bringing home pictures and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was exclusive. So you know what I'm saying? I'm giving it. I'm my Lincoln. Lincoln
He's
was
so
hard.
I appreciate that. So wait, Drea, let's finish your story. So, I mean, did the fool not learn anything from R. Kelly? Why are you even soliciting a minor on the internet?
No, she was 15.
I don't care if he knew or if he didn't know. Like at
You're
this point,
28, and if she 18, it's already too far of a stretch. That's how you feel.
yeah. A 28-year-old better not ever try to talk to my 18-year-old daughter. Period.
20 and she 18.
28 and
Oh.
she's 18.
Happen every day though.
Yeah.
man.
So
I don't care what happens every day.
So when
it better not
I read
happen with
when I
mine.
initially read the story, I did feel
Just
like
saying.
it was possibly a situation where he didn't know that the girl was 15. But I'm thinking about if when I was 15, if a grown ass man know what a grown woman look like. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's not like she's still, even if she's still not shaped like a child, right? The tech, you have the context of the conversation. Like it's just certain shit that you can say to a 15-year-old and be like, "Bitch, you sound young." You know what I'm saying? And you like say, what you doing? And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you. It's like, I don't know, you ain't really, you sound like you ain't been through too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a feel for the situation. So I don't know, how you can say, oh, I know she was 15. Did you prefer her be 18? Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Do we know the girl's ethnicity?
No.
Because at 15, most Caucasian girls look their age.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know. I don't even.
At 30, they look 60.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you said it.
I this story.
She said they look their age.
They do. I mean, well, let's not. I don't want to get into that, but I just feel like if a guy, if you want to know if she 15, you can find out if she 15, especially in this day and age with the internet. I feel like if I was rich and I had money like that, I don't give a damn who I'm talking to. I don't care if, we just you just something I'm finna be smashing. Somebody finna be running a background check or something.
Exactly.
Cause you don't know who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It might be this super right. You might have this super unassuming person who seems cool. Next thing you know, she done pulled a rape case on you. Or she might have her homies come in and rob you. Like you don't never know, what somebody got going on. So I just feel like it's stupid on his part. You up here got a $22 million contract for 4 years and you can't even run a background check on a bitch? Like, get out of here, bro. So I mean, maybe he didn't know she was 15 and he want to play that card and be naive or whatever, but it is what it is. So,
but
yes,
is that only Texas where that law is passed where you can't send out your package via text message? So he's already in violation anyway because he's not supposed to be sending his package via text message.
I don't think every state has that where you can send out.
I ain't never heard it.
That's a law.
You need to learn it.
Yeah, it just passed in September where somebody cannot send you an unsolicited picture of them nude or the penis or any kind of genitalia or anything like that. Mm-hmm. They cannot send you an unsolicited.
See, that's a law. I'm not wild. I know the law.
So
that's
only
what it is.
Boys, they can't do that.
No. I said genitalia. Period. So a woman cannot send you, a cat pic if you didn't ask for
press charges against her.
You can press charges. Yeah.
So we go. So you trying to get us rich, then?
Unsolicited.
Trying to get us rich.
The key word is unsolicited because unfortunately guys are always asking for pictures.
We get them all the time. Right.
No, but I ain't saying it like that, but I'm just saying.
So you trying to get us rich.
I ain't never heard of it. I ain't know that was a law.
Yeah, like the picture has to be unsolicited and you have to be able to prove that it was unsolicited.
Now, they asked you for it.
That they did.
They did not
ask for it. Now, I've heard of, and thank God this never happened to me, but people getting inbox like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever.
That's where it all started.
They're getting inbox like unsolicited pictures of penises and things like that. So I do feel like
that's different.
I do.
Never heard of that.
You haven't?
You haven't got any messages
on
I ain't
talking about
or
that. I ain't saying.
Snapchat?
I'm talking about
you probably got that Snapchat premium.
Yeah.
What is that? That exists?
I'm saying like
I don't have a
I ain't
Snapchat.
finna send my I ain't
I'm talking about receiving. I'm talking about on the receiving end.
Yeah.
You probably could get paid.
Well, he already answered.
He don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about it.
Talk about football,
right? So, so that the we'll see what happens with him because I am curious to see what. Of course, I feel like his lawyer, if he's smart, is gonna say, whatever his defense is gonna be. He didn't know the girl was 15 or whatever, but we'll see. Mm. And so now we're gonna move on to the Felicity Huffman.
Yeah, and our final one now story, actress Felicity Huffman of Desperate Housewives fame. She got real desperate, y'all, when she paid for her daughter's college admissions test scores to be changed. She first of all, she just basically admitted my daughter is dumb as a doorknob. I know she's not gonna do good on this test, so let me help her out. So due to that, she has now been sentenced to 14 days in prison, a whopping 14 days, a $30,000 fine, and then she has to
a felony charge as well.
Oh yeah, she got a felony, so She can get that tattoo. Thug life. 250 hours of community service for what is called honest service fraud. So, comparing that to Tanya McDowell, who was a black mother who she was sentenced to 5 years in prison for using a false address when she didn't have like a permanent home. She was homeless, so she used a friend's address, and she just sent her kid to a better school. But we have Felicity over here who done paid money to cheat her kid's way into college, and she only gets 14 days. I'm not okay with the slap on the wrist. Singer John Legend, he felt like he said he understands why a lot of African Americans are upset with the amount of time that Felicity got and compared to African Americans, but he felt like she really shouldn't have gotten any time. And also, when it comes to charges similar to these, no jail time should be given. I feel like she should have gotten more time. I think one of the factors that they looked at was if it were damaging to who was harmed by what she did, and they didn't feel like the testing site was harmed because they were still paid for the services of conducting a test, and then they didn't feel like the college was harmed. But in my opinion, the student who lost the space at the college that her daughter was accepted into was harmed by that. So I wonder,
it didn't mean that it was going to be a minority.
Well, I'm not even saying that it was a minority harm. My
Right.
key word was student. Whoever didn't get that spot because they accepted her child based on malicious scores.
I don't know. I feel like this shit not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like rich people gonna always find a loophole. They gonna always find a way. They gonna always find somebody who's gonna shut up for money. Because I mean, money make the world go round.
Right.
And, you know, that's just how it goes. I feel like if you have money, you should use it to your advantage. Do I feel like it was wrong for them to do it? Yeah, but it ain't nothing new under the sun. Like, we all knew, you know, we all know dumbass people with degrees. We all know dumbass people that got through college, and it's like, you can't even spell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know these people. We know, you know, white people. It's like, oh, well, her daddy's the dean, or such.
Well, that's
such,
nepotism, and that's the thing. You already have an advantage. Is the whole problem. So you already have an advantage with the wealth that you have. You have an advantage with the skin color you have. So now it's like, okay, your kid really doesn't even have to go to college because they can get a job and an opportunity just based off the fact that they're your child.
Right.
So now you're taking away opportunities from people who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity.
Right.
And maybe them having that college listed as the college that they graduated from, you know, makes a difference in you know, where they go in life. So
they it was also mentioned that Dr. Dre's daughter, the school that she chose to go to, and I can't even think.
I think it was USC.
I can't think. Maybe it was USC. And so they're like, oh, you know, they started questioning whether or not if she got in, you know, under her own merit,
right?
Or was it because Dr. Dre built a whole music wing onto the college? You know what I'm saying? So it could be not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know if I built a music wing onto a college, my child is coming. Sure. Hello. You finna go on and admit my child is what you gonna do.
That's it.
It was USC.
All of
and so I just and I really don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
That's how it's supposed to be done, though.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I feel like nothing's gonna change about the situation. That, you know, rich white people gonna continue to be who they are. They just need to get better about it.
That's why you should have gave them a little more
and you wouldn't snitch. Like, I don't know.
Well, so with that, the guy who was like the ringleader who they were paying the money to and who was facilitating a lot of things at whatever college that was that Lori Loughlin's daughters went to, he was investigated by the college, and they found, you know, misdoings on his part, but they didn't report it, which they could have, but they just chose not to because I guess they felt like, okay, they wanted to keep it in house. So I can't remember how they actually made it a
know
federal case.
Who pissed somebody off? Because it had to be like a catalyst in the situation, right? Where it's like all of this been going on for all these years with these private white institutions, people, and even public universities that they've been paying all this money under the table. Who pissed somebody off to where it's like, you know what? Fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanna know who that person is. Of course, like you're never gonna know. But I'm just very curious as to who decided to like blow the lid on the entire situation.
It's probably old dude who, what was his name that had the fur coats and stuff? When they cut his money out, he probably started snitching on everybody.
The whistleblower. The one who was the one that was rigging the kids and saying that they were athletes. That's what I'm talking about. I believe he got terminated from his
once
job.
Somebody get caught.
Well, that's the problem. You know, when you wear a fur coat, Frank Lucas, that's when you get busted. He told old girl he didn't want to wear that gaudy fur coat.
I feel like it
to
starts
the boxing
small,
match.
Right. And then you start dragging down people along the way. That's probably what happened. But
all right, so we are going to go to a commercial break. And it's just a clip of our guest, Mr. Joe Powell, and then I know I'm gonna mess up, but
he's a Green Bay Blizzard.
Yes, and so after that we'll come back and we'll get into the sports talk. I knew I was gonna fuck up.
Oh, I didn't mess up. I thought you was good.
They said they can't hear you.
Yeah, you gotta. You was gonna wait to play it.
When we come back.
Oh my God.
3 is.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some more.
No, it's because I have to reattach it, and so it's gonna take. But this is the actual mic that we're using.
Let me just hold
Yeah, okay. Well, all right.
Okay. Give me that. I need that. Straight up, bro. It's a big year, bro. Then we played this team from Arizona, right?
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, we did. I think this way too. Should see y'all clapping.
They said they can hear us.
They can.
Yeah, it
They
happens.
saying that y'all talking too loud.
Alright, we will speak up. My bad. Yeah, Tim, she had to be good. Comes with if it ain't no IG, it don't mean. I'm tripping.
Real.
You can be so. You gotta be getting clips of us. So you're recording, so clips of us.
You trying to find the live video?
Nah. Need some videos.
Just a couple of them.
Oh, that mode was live.
Why not? That's cool too. I don't want to fix my mic. It's a difference.
You can bug on that. Nah, that ain't me. Tamika.
It's the next one.
Really?
Joe. No.
Nah, that ain't me. Still, you gotta go back.
Mm.
That shit live.
Okay, and we're back. So we got to see a clip of Mr. Joe Powell. What do you say you were Defensive Player of the Year?
Yes, ma'am. I was Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Congratulations. So you
Thank you
played
so
for
much.
the
I play for the Green Bay Blizzards.
Green Bay Blizzards.
Yeah.
You got to speak up because they can't hear you. So this.
The mic is right there now. I play for the Green Bay Blizzards. It's like right across the street from the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
So it's pretty loud.
So what is it, like arena football?
Yeah, it's arena football. It's like it's still like professional, but it's just arena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's loud though. It's real loud.
What makes it live?
What make it live? Just the fans. Be live. You know, you're gonna guarantee you're gonna see like 9,000 max. You know, I played in front of 80,000 people, but just the way that the arena be set up, all the people is right there.
Your
like,
mama on here.
Yeah, tell my mama I said, hey, what's up, mama? How you doing? Like,
so tell us how you got into playing football, because you're from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, right?
Yeah, I'm from Dallas. I started when I was like 5. I played for the Pleasant Grove Trojans in Pleasant Grove. And
is that your?
Yeah, that's my Pop Warner team. Yeah, we was like one of the best Pop Warner teams in the nation. So my brother and them did it. They used to go to Florida and win it all. My little brother and my sister, she used to cheer. They used to make it to Florida, to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
So my oldest other brother, he did too. So I just grew up in like a football house, football home. Everything was related with football.
Are you the only child?
No, I got 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Okay, did your brothers play football too?
Yeah, all of them play football. They the one that like used to go to Florida. Like I used to be the one that I always had a good team, but they always had a better team to make it. So it was just like, and we was better than them, but some reason we get to the final game, the championship game, and we lose. I'm like, they used to.
And then you went out and played for Skyline Raiders.
Yeah, I went to Skyline. I went to Florence Middle School.
Okay.
And then I played 8th grade there because I played 8th grade because I stopped playing when I was 7th grade, Pop Warner. And then I went to Skyline Crowd, and my brother, they all went to, my brother, he went to Sigerville, and then Crowd went to Carter and convinced him to go to Carter. It made me want to go to Carter because they was balling. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm in the summer, I used to be just having fun in Pleasant Grove, like, you know, so. And my brother, I was used to be just having a lot of fun. And he was just like, man, bro, you need to go to Skyline. It's this coach up there named Coach Jones. He gonna get you right.
Yeah.
Tell him, you know, as soon as I walked in, he knew my brother's name. Then my career just took off from there.
And you went on to Oklahoma.
Yeah, went on to Oklahoma. So.
OU.
Yeah.
So, and how was your career at OU?
My career at OU was pretty great. It was love. I had a decent career. I also went to Eastern Illinois too, out of Chicago, where Jimmy Garoppolo and Tony Romo went to.
Yeah.
So like I got my degree in out there and everything too. So.
What'd you get your degree in?
I got my degree in history.
Okay.
So it was pretty dope. So it was live. So like, you know, shout out to everybody at Eastern, especially the dean. He showed me mad love. That's my guy.
You had a question.
So I was gonna ask. I had a question. I was just gonna ask because I know you say you went to Skyline. So eventually, Coach Samples became your coach. Is that correct?
Coach Samples came from y'all school.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so tell me how it was, because now he's doing really well over at Duncanville. Has brought that program up. They almost won state last year. How was it playing under the tutelage of Coach Samples?
It was perfect. It was love. He used to give me, you know, probably like 80, 95% of leeway. You know what I'm saying? I could have.
Why is it?
I don't know. Yeah, I was a captain. He believed in me. You know, I was a leader. All my boys. You know, he came up in the same little circle. So he was right behind us. He did his thing too. He went to college, went to the league.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's just Skyline is just how it is. Shout out to Coach Samples.
So let's talk to Paul. Paul, where'd you go to high school?
Skyline.
You went to Skyline as well?
Ma'am.
And then you went on to?
TCU.
TCU. Okay, so you was at OU. You were at TCU. And while you were in college, and you guys were friends the whole way, right?
Yeah, we've been friends
so
since we was in
did you have any noticeable differences between between your college careers, and just like the teams and, you know, things like that?
No, first he a year ahead of me.
Yeah,
first of all,
I'm a year older than him. So
yeah, but I mean,
coming out though, I didn't have really many know what I'm saying, college recruits. You know, so I went to JUCO, really. I went to Trinity Valley.
Yeah.
And then I went to TCU from there. So,
okay.
You know, I was just had to grind throughout it. But I didn't have many recruits coming up though.
And after you left TCU, you went.
I got drafted 3rd round by Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
And then I ended up playing for Seahawks a few years later.
Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. What position do you play?
Linebacker.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So, and I have a question for Joe, because you know when you win championships, you notice the bling.
All right.
And you have this big ring on. Is that national championship ring you have on?
We won the Big 12 championship.
Okay.
And the BCS like a BCS bowl, like it was the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona. It was like super loud.
A big old ring.
Nah, because we really won it. So like before the Big 12 had ended, before we got all the new teams in, it was like Nebraska, you know, like all the cold teams. Everybody was in there. Everybody was in there. So Texas A&M before they went to the SEC.
What do you think about that change?
I think it's wavy. You know, I can't complain about it. Like, I'm a Big 12 baby, so like.
But do you think it affected like the competition within the Big 12 when some of the schools broke off?
Nah, it didn't affect it. It didn't affect it, but it just was like, damn, we ain't playing them. So we started playing West Coast teams like, you know, UCLA, you know, Washington State. Who are all these teams that be on the menu? Like, you know, that's how it be.
Yeah.
So it just spaced out all the talent.
So Joe, I know that you finished school.
Mm-hmm.
And you got your degree. Did you finish or did you go into the draft before you finished?
I did not finish. I got like a semester left.
So since y'all both have different experiences, would you, for younger kids that are growing up, would you suggest that they finish those 4 years versus going into the draft and going ahead and playing, you know,
First
in the
of all,
league?
you know, everybody's situation different. You know? I mean, if you're good and you popping, go ahead and get your money.
Yeah.
But if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, really, you don't know for sure if you're going to get drafted, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get your education, get your, you know what I'm saying, paper first, and then go ahead, you know what I'm saying, think about the draft.
And what other opportunities have come outside of football, from even being in the football, you know, environment, in the atmosphere? What other opportunities have presented themselves outside of football for you all as players? Because I know you do fashion. I don't know what else you do outside of football, but what else, you know, comes from being a football player?
I mean, first of all, having a name for yourself, you know what I'm saying, there's different opportunities. You know what I'm saying, you can go speak, you know what I'm saying, different things you can do. What I do, I train, you know, fitness, different stuff, football, whatever. So, yeah, it's good avenue for me.
What about you, Joe?
Me, I do it all. So, that's what I do.
Jack of all trades. That's what he said.
Yeah, so I do it all. So I really like fashion a lot. I do a lot of stuff with fashion. I used to be in LA a lot, doing a lot of stuff with fashion, like going to fashion shows. I was in a ZZ video, shout out my dog Kodak. Like, I do like, I don't know. I'm just into like a lot of good things, stuff
what
that can
video
like.
Were you in?
I was in a ZZ video.
That's the name of the song?
Yeah.
Kodak.
Who is that?
Kodak and Travis Scott. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I was it.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
6'1". Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very long. So.
So do you all get out and mentor younger kids that are playing youth little league sports?
Oh yeah, for sure. I just haven't had time to do it because I've been gone. So like I've been traveling. So like I played in Chicago and I played in Green Bay. So like now like I've been like traveling and like I ain't had time to do it. But like I go talk at a lot of schools.
Yeah.
So like when I used to be at Green Bay, they used to like have me do like a school visit a lot. So I used to go do the school visits, like with all the kids at their high school, middle school, and like in elementary school, it used to be the livest stuff ever. So they always want me to come back. So
What's the average length of a football player's life? Like with the career? How long is their career on average?
3 years.
3 years?
I don't know.
In the pros?
That's the.
I'm saying professional. Statistics is about 3 years.
I don't know.
Jason Witten said, not I.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
He got that hair, what is it? Realignment. And he came back strong.
Yeah.
So do you have like
catch and fall?
Any plans or like any what do you plan on doing like after this? Have you thought about that? About what you would want to do after this?
Right now, I'm living my life, so like I haven't thought about it, like, cause like my life has been going so positive, it's going so up that like I ain't even thought about nothing like that because I want to go get to where I'm trying to get to first.
Right. I mean, you can do that.
You should be a late night radio host.
Yeah, his voice, I can't. He's so sexy with it. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying. But I feel I mean there's you can always strive to do, but you
I want to
like,
I want to do some I got some good stuff that I'm into, like
but you have your degree to fall back.
Yeah, I got my degree, so I want to coach.
What would you do?
I can really do that. You know what I'm saying? So
would you go into teaching or coaching or?
No, I'll probably go back into coaching.
Okay, so you just want to stay in that athletic world. That's your thing.
I go back into coaching. Okay. So like that's all I want to do, unless I'm doing something like big with fashion. If I'm doing something like big with fashion, then like I'm into like going to London. I want to go to Paris. Like I want to do all that stuff. Like I even missed Fashion Week in New York. Like it was like a week or 2 weeks ago. So like I really wanna be into that. So like I'm really into.
Are you gonna create your own fashion line, or do you?
No, I create it, but I also I want somebody to sponsor me too. I want that too. Yeah, I want a deal. Okay. That's basically what I want. Like that's really what I want. I want a deal. So that's what I'm really.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you can also create your own fashion line, and in the meantime, and that way you can like keep those creative juices flowing. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And like create your own sense of style. It's cool to like wear some Versace, but Versace should be ugly sometimes. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like Gucci, they got some ugly shit too. But you can come out with something that's just like, specifically something that's yours.
I do actually want to do that. Like I got like a lot of designs and a lot of graphics. Like I like the structure. I know how to like pick out the structure of the shirts. Yeah. So like I'm real good like with that. Like
because there's like a lot of people who are starting out with clothing lines that would probably love to link up. You know what I'm saying? And like
tell them to reach out.
Because you gotta start somewhere, and then like once you add that to your resume, then you can have those other big endorsement deals come out. Yeah.
I got some stuff on my phone that I did like a fashion show.
Yeah.
I can show y'all real fast.
Okay, really you gonna pass the phone?
Yeah. They not gonna be able to see it.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to see it on the show.
So, what do y'all think about Jalen Ramsey requesting a trade? You think he deserves to get that trade?
I think he deserves what do you feel best for him. That's
why you think you want to trade?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to get out of me.
Why you think you?
I want to know what y'all think about it. I asked, what do you think about it? So that's what I'm trying to get at.
Because y'all can offer different perspectives.
I'm asking, like, why do you think you want to trade?
I mean, most people want to trade because they're, not happy with their working environment, whether it's sports or whether it's, a regular career. Most people want to leave that job because there's something that they're unhappy about. So I figure, I don't watch football. So are they losing a lot?
I don't know. It's only been like two games.
Oh.
I don't think they got nothing to do with it, though.
Is he unhappy with it? Well, they said recently he got into it with the coach on the sideline or something like that. Allegedly.
I don't know
why do you think he would want to trade?
Do y'all know him personally? So y'all...
I know he ain't.
I'm only asking because y'all kind of vague with y'all's answers and.
Nah, because he play ball like us. He like even though we don't know him, he's still our football brother. Like he's still
So it's like you like we don't speak on our football brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, got a fraternity. Yeah. So moving right along because we ain't not gonna get no answer for that question. Yeah. So recently, California passed a bill that will go in effect in 2023, which I don't understand why it has to take all these years for it to go in effect, where college students will be paid now. So
that's dope.
You say it's dope. What about you,
JD?
JD?
That's too long.
JB.
PJ.
PJ.
PJ. I'm sorry.
She just gave him a whole different.
I gave him 2 different names. It's the initials.
Mr. Dawson.
Cool.
I just put them backwards. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
So y'all think it's cool that they're being paid now?
Stan said that he just feels like he don't want to waste his years in a bad situation. His prime years in a bad situation.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I get that. He was saying as far as Jalen Ramsey wanting to be traded, he answered the question y'all refused to answer for me.
What did he say?
That he just didn't want to waste his prime years in a bad situation.
Yeah, like I was about to say that his quarterback did just get hurt.
Yeah.
His main quarterback, so yeah, they probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
This year.
Oh, I feel what he's saying right there. That's understandable. You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, but then it's like you don't believe in your backup.
What you mean?
Ain't got no backup.
They don't have a backup on it. Again, I told you I don't watch football.
No, we play football. We got.
But I'm saying I don't watch it, so I wouldn't know. Why don't they have a backup?
No, he
So the guy they
He's just not good.
Yeah.
So now everybody's gonna be wanting.
Super Bowl. You don't watch football.
Baby,
Everybody knows why I was at the South Dallas Super Bowl.
blowout.
Ma'am, calm yourself. We beat them so many times that it was
Madison
we
Kills.
just threw them that.
disrespectful.
First of all, I went to the game for the tailgate, and look, y'all, I went home with so many plates on plates.
Oh, you got the best.
I was there for the food,
Yeah, that
okay?
wow.
So don't ask me. I went to it wasn't even nothing to watch for the game. I went to watch the halftime show. I went to fellowship with my classmates.
Yeah.
And the older people who they tailgate hard, like the class of 72 and 76, they was like, "Come on, baby, come on, get you some food." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." And this year I was smart. I brought my to-go plates.
How much
I
do
wasn't
you all
missing
think
out on
would
no
be
food.
a fair amount to pay a college student
Right.
for
A month?
playing
No,
football?
if they get paid monthly, I feel like if you in college and you get paid and you playing football right now in college, and it go by monthly, you get paid monthly, or like they'll pay you all your
It's on
money
the
up front.
stipends.
Yeah.
You may not do.
Now I know when I used to be in school, we used to get paid monthly, or that's how it work out. You get paid monthly. So if they gonna do it like how it was continue been
Are we
doing,
talking about like substantial amount?
nah,
of
that's
money?
just how you.
But do you
cause
guys
get,
think that they should be
you
paid
get-
for jersey sales?
Nah,
a
even if
percentage
they,
of you know those coaches are $1 million paid coaches though.
yeah, that's salute. But some of them got you out of a situation that you thought you would never. Well, you knew you was gonna be there, but they gave you a great situation. You know
But
what
didn't
I'm
your
saying?
talent
your
get you
talent
there?
got
Yeah,
you
my
there.
talent got me there. I'm
You
saying,
got scouted.
And that's what we
Yeah.
have to stop
But they gave
thinking
you
is that
they
they
gave
didn't
you
give you anything. They looked at you and they said, "This young black man is talented.
Right.
He's gonna bring my program a championship. He's gonna bring XYZ
He's gonna
amount of
bring more
revenue
money
to my
to the school."
program."
Right.
So we can't see them as helping us out of a bad situation. We built up their program the same way we built America. We need to stop seeing ourselves as inferior and needing help, and seeing that we are actually the ones that are creating
yeah, for sure.
the money, the
deserve
revenue,
that
the
money.
opportunity. So
Yeah, for sure,
you
for
deserve
sure.
the scholarship, you deserve the stipend, and these players also deserve to be
Pay
paid
more. They need to be paying.
substantial amount of
Can
money
you
for the
tell how
revenue
much
they
you were
they
getting
bring
as a
into those
stipend?
schools.
No, like so when we was in school, we was probably monthly. It used to be kind of whack, but the way they should get paid $1,500,
A
a month.
a month. So
Okay.
now I
That's
feel like
hardly
it should.
enough to pay.
That's
your
not
rent.
bad.
And you got to pay for your
Rent,
apartment.
But
Yeah,
rent.
rent got like. I mean, it depends on if you're staying on dorms or you got a house.
Yeah,
Right.
You get more if you stay if you got a house.
house.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
that's how it works.
So how much would you say would have been a fair amount?
$5 a month, $5 a month.
So what's
I
that?
feel
About
like-
60?
That's 60 grand.
That's
Yeah.
60 grand a year.
That's more than.
But then the programs
So
make
But when you
millions
come
on
into the
millions of
league,
dollars.
the minimum amount is like 100,000 or something like
For
that.
what?
No, 436. Well, we can't be talking.
Or
436,000
about
probably minimum.
400,000.
Yeah, for the league.
For a
Yeah,
year.
After taxes,
yeah,
yeah.
after taxes. Yeah.
So 60,000 sounds pretty.
Yeah, pretty great. 60
Fair.
grand in college, that's love. You ain't got to worry about no negativity. You living your life and you can send money out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But what I would say
To
is
your
if
family.
they are
You
going
feel
to
me?
give you all
Like, you ain't got to worry about none of that.
$60,000, then
But-
they need to give y'all some type of financial literacy.
Yeah, but all that
and
stuff.
they need to teach you all how to invest that money versus just, you know what I'm saying, going out to the parties.
Nah, but when I was at,
you
when I was,
just not.
yeah, not in college, but you thinking
you
about
teach
that.
them.
But in college, you aren't supposed to be thinking about that right there. You supposed to.
Yes, you are.
But no, I'm talking about like no. I'm talking about like not thinking about investing. But I'm talking about you can't do that because we playing football.
Our kids need to be taught.
No, because I'm talking about we just athletes. We can do nothing like that because we playing football. Like making deals and all that.
You can invest. You can put money in stocks.
Pretty sure you do you doing it, but like it was illegal. Like you know what I'm saying? I think that was illegal in college. Like that type of stuff. Like you do that once as soon as you get out. I'm finna go invest into this. Like now I'm paid.
That's time too. Like graduate.
Yeah, you ain't even have money to invest. Mm-hmm. But if you get 60 grand, then you can come out of college and already investing. You'll be doing great.
So y'all wouldn't be
interested.
I have no debt.
Like of course I'm gonna invest. Like of course I want to learn about investing. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like 60 grand is fair?
60 grand is fair. $5 grand a month for each college player. That's great.
What's the average for an American citizen?
Or do you feel like that your pay should be rated on where you are on the team?
Nah, because everybody.
I think the pay should be based on the revenue that the jersey sales bring in.
How do you determine that?
Because you ain't
You're only
with
there
your
for
number.
4 years.
Yeah. I feel like the jersey stuff is cool. Yeah, you could get paid for the jerseys.
That's just one aspect that I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a big player, maybe you can get paid for the jersey, but he ain't gonna go in there and know the numbers with it because
he doesn't have to know.
He don't
the numbers.
have to. That ain't
There's
his place
somebody
yet.
That will know the numbers,
when once you go to the league, you get that's your place.
Yeah, I think in college it should just be straight across the board. I don't think they should make any type of.
No, the practice team should not get as much as the people that's playing in the game.
Who don't get money?
No, but when you're in college, it's equal. It's
fair.
No, because you run the risk in college. You run the risk of getting injured and not making it to the league.
Yeah, that's why you would be making
money.
So
why should you make the same amount as someone who just sat on the bench in their uniform?
Because in college, say for instance, right, that player that you said that just sat on the bench the whole time, the player that sat on that bench that whole time could turn around the next year and be the man of the team.
Okay, so then that's when he should get paid more. When he turns around and he's the man of the team.
All I'm saying is that
don't work like that because everybody equal.
I feel like
in college,
will be on
you're gonna take off with your career, but you still equal.
I feel like it's gonna be on a sliding scale.
Because I feel like
it's gonna have starters.
It'll get a lot of pushback.
Starters.
You know what I'm saying? You got a star quarterback who's playing for LSU. You know what I'm saying? And he is out there every game, giving it all he got. His mama and daddy finna tear that school down. Y'all not finna be out here paying him the same thing that everybody else is making. And you know what I'm saying?
I just think in college you still
you don't want
camaraderie,
but you don't want to lose that player. You know what I'm saying? Like those colleges don't want to lose them players.
That's why you should keep it even across the board, so that somebody's not giving a student more to come to this school versus.
So that's what Mike Leach is saying. He said that if you create a recruiting advantage beyond what already exists, I think it's going to be very difficult. He says that there will be a huge imbalance and you'll destroy college football. And he thinks that the legislators should be very careful of that decision because then they'll basically be having to have like a draft, like a college draft.
I think
he's like, are we gonna have trading, free agency?
And if you do it for
that'll be dope, but it can't work like that. Are you
doing it for basketball? Are you doing it for volleyball?
It's sports, period. It's not just football. It's sports in California, period.
But then are you paying the football players the same as the soccer players, the same as the basketball players, the same as?
Well, you can't do that because basketball and football bring in more different money.
I'm gonna answer this perfect question. My boy Cameron Clark. Like he went to OU, he played in the league, like all this. So he played basketball at OU. When they was at OU, they was getting paid more money than us because like you forgetting about the meals that come into all that. So like all the meals we get like free exclusive meals, but some of the meals would come out of like
is it free pizza?
No. We used to get like steak. I went to a different school than what people talking about. Like everything. We eat lobster, like we for free.
Sign me up.
There's
Like,
more
you know what I'm saying?
players
Like,
on the
it's
football
more
team
players
than
on the team. You know, yeah, but like
I
the
think I'm
way,
still
but
eligible to
but I know it's
participate
more
in college
players, but
sports.
like they food thing is set up like breakfast was mandatory. So like that count as a free meal. So like when you a freshman
But
on
with the
campus,
baseball players get paid more.
yeah.
Like
But I feel
wondering
like
how they-
everybody in college get
how they
paid
was-
$5,000, you know, and
How
do the
everybody get
deducting.
$5,000.
Yeah, everybody get $5,000. That'll be
Athletes, he's
equal.
saying.
I don't think so.
I don't,
Got
because
to.
football brings in more revenue to a lot of
Football
colleges.
make way more money than
Basketball
all them.
also does. So I think that you do need to look at the specific
Right,
sport
yeah,
and
like
how much
some
revenue that they're
lacrosse
bringing in.
player bringing in $60,000 a year playing fucking lacrosse, and ain't nobody even at the game watching.
But he doesn't even have the potential to make the same
Some of the
amount once
lacrosse
he
teams
gets
go hard,
to
though.
a professional.
Well, he
But
should have tried a
baseball
different
players do.
sport.
But the
baseball does.
But baseball doesn't market in college the same way that football does.
Yeah, no.
Because you can go to the minor
Yeah,
leagues out of
baseball
high
team's
school.
cold.
So that's one of the
TCU too?
differences with
We
baseball.
won championship
You can go to the
multiple
minor
times.
leagues out of
We
high
lost.
school and work your way up
Mhm.
with baseball, and you don't have to ever
And
go
that
to
baseball
college.
money long.
Caleb needs to learn another sport. That's what I think. So recently, Jamel Hill, she wrote an article for The Atlantic where she stated that it's time for Black athletes to leave white people colleges and attend HBCUs. She says they attract money and attention to the predominantly white university, aka PWIs, that showcase them while HBCUs struggle. What would happen if they collectively decided to go to Black schools? That's a good question. What do y'all think would happen if our brothers and our sisters took their talents to HBCUs rather than attending the PWIs?
Shit, the HBUCs, the Black schools, are they gonna be on TV like that?
They're
Yeah,
gonna be
you're winning. Like championships, like ABC. Kid, they gonna bring all the cameras out. That's what. Come on, we out here.
And then that actually funds the different
I ain't saying it like that. I
programs
know
in
I
the schools.
apologize for saying it like that, but like,
No, but I think it's I
I agree
actually
with
think
you.
that we should see more athletes. What was the athlete? I think he went to LSU. He
Yeah.
decided to leave and go to a HBCU. I'm not sure which one, but he was a football player. But I think more of us should go to HBCUs. But one of the problems is recruiting.
And there's not many of them
HBCUs,
either.
they do not recruit top tier athletes because they, number one, don't have the money and the resources. Number two, however, they don't feel like it's not even just the facilities. The main thing is they don't think that the student is going to come in, and more likely the student didn't go simply because they never got a knock on the door. They never received a letter in the mail. So I think HBCUs do themselves a disservice by not attempting to recruit African American athletes. But I do think that we should
Bueller said
consider him and attend.
Bueller said Michael Strahan came out of TSU,
Yeah, he
so
did.
it's possible
So,
to come from that.
a lot of people come from a lot of
Yeah,
small schools. Like,
what's his name? Doug, who went to Grambling. I don't know his last name. He's a quarterback and he played for the Washington Redskins. Ooh, I know some sports just a little. He went to a HBCU. So I mean, there's proof. And at the end of the day, it's still your talent, our talent as athletes. So it's not the school that's giving you the God-given ability to play sports. Now the facilities does help you gain, to be a better player as far as your strength, your conditioning, and things of that sort.
It's just more attractive.
I think
that a lot of the little league kids, or like younger kids, they grow up watching the OU teams and the big teams on TV.
Well, here's the
so
thing.
if you have an opportunity to go to one of the bigger schools versus this HBCU that you've never really seen on TV, more than likely you're gonna choose to go to the team that you know is gonna be on TV.
But it was only made more attractive because more of our athletes are there. Now, if Timmy was there and all his cousins were there and all our cousins were at the HBCUs, it would be more attractive.
It's like he said, it's ABC and ESPN. Are they going to?
I think that what the question is that it goes back to like, are we because we fought for
like
this. We fought to get into these institutions that we thought were higher learning, right? with these white people and say, hey, you know, our players can play alongside your players. Our players are just as good as your
And once
players.
they realize that we could bring them revenue and championships,
so
then now,
like, cool.
they want us.
You know what I'm saying?
Know.
They let us in.
Can I say something real fast?
And so, hang on. And so they let us in, and so it's like, are we looking at this as now we're going to take our talents back? Are we digressing back into like a segregated kind of society, or is this progression? What does that look like?
I don't know. I feel like with that situation, that's a good example. You just explained it so good. But I just feel like with that situation, when it's coming to like football, like they ain't gonna. When it comes to football in a black university, people, when we think about black universities, man, that mother finna be live. Like,
the band is actually gonna play some music that you like.
Like, we play FAMU. I went to OU. We play FAMU.
Yeah.
They let their band travel with them to the game. Like, that's how important it is. And they band is sick. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's what they be known for.
I still go on YouTube and listen to them because they play the
so like. So like they get their shine, they get their thing. They like people make it out of that. But I just feel like
it's those smaller schools that are HBCUs that are smaller, right?
Like my school, Central State in Ohio,
right? Or like Prairie View. You know, you have like those smaller institutions who don't have necessarily the athletic resources that the other schools have, where it's like, oh, well, when they put a hat in front of you and say, hey, do you want to go play for Alabama or do you want to go play for Prairie View? Of course he's going to take the fucking Alabama hat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But why? Because that's what's being marketed to him.
And in addition to them,
it's all about money.
Right. But some of these HBCUs aren't giving full scholarships either. So if I got a full scholarship,
like my junior year in high school.
But Jamel Hill, her point is that why can't we create a space for our black players at the HBCU?
I think that it would be hard to get all of the players.
You would never get all
to go into the HBCU, but I think that we have more of our most talented players playing at the HBCUs. We would have a lot more coverage.
You would get the money,
and then the people who normally support the bigger schools, they would come to the HBCU games, but it would take so much, and a lot of people would lose.
But what I'm afraid is going to happen, would happen is
because for a while, the most talented players that came over to the HBCUs, there would be some type of pushback. You know, they would want you to keep going to the Alabamas and the OUs. They wouldn't support it that much. But then once you solidified that this is where they are, if you want to see them, this is where you have to come, then they would come. But you would have so many players that had to, take the back seat to not getting the notoriety or getting the publicity that they would have gotten, if they had went to the bigger schools to get the bigger networks and stuff to come over there. And those are the risks that people don't want to take. Though that's why they end up at the
Let me ask you something.
USC's.
Are they? And I don't know how this works. So let's say you do go and play for a HBCU. Is there anything that's stopping a private white institution from coming in and saying, "Hey, leave your school and come to my school"? There's nothing that's stopping them from doing that.
I don't know. People just don't be thinking that way.
I mean, why would they do that? If they wanted them, they would have got them out of high school.
Yeah, basically, that's how it worked. Like that's really how it worked out of high school.
Don't some people leave from JUCO?
Yeah, JUCO and go,
but not HBCU.
Yeah, that's the goal.
But once you get to the university, they stop.
They go to the JUCO so that they can go to the bigger college.
From a university to a university.
Yeah, it's like HBCU, like they getting recruited. They recruiting them out of high school. Matter of fact, like when you get in a black college, they come into your school. They just like another university.
Yeah.
So like we used to have, bro, PJ, how many scouts we used to have at our school every day?
So do you feel like
too many? Like we used to, every school in the nation.
There's no barrier that's stopping them from doing that. That if the black players do start migrating, then it would start happening where the white schools are coming in and it's like, hey, I know y'all band together and decided to do this, but you know what I'm saying, I can offer you this, I can offer you that.
I mean, but they could do that if they went to PWI as well, and they do that. If a athlete that they want is a better athlete. They hear some rumbling about the athlete being displeased at a PWI or even an HBCU. So if it's, I mean, in sports, you want to win, so you're gonna get who's gonna win for you.
Mm-hmm.
So they do that at even with athletes at PWIs. That's why you see kids having to sit out a year or two because they transferred.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's all about the focus too of the black colleges. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have a good football team, you're gonna go out and promote and do that. I feel like the main focus is education. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like they're really focused on
football.
So they ain't really put no money into football. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they don't have any money to put into football.
But if
the sports,
if the players come, then the money will follow.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to get boosters, so like it just going off all them people.
So then Micah says that
it's different. Like that's what.
So then the players who play for HBCUs and even who haven't, they should be the ones who are helping fund these programs in these schools. So it kind of starts with the fact that many African Americans, just like Dr. Dre, where did he send his money to? USC. He could have sent his money to an HBCU program.
We don't have cultural loyalty at all when it comes to stuff. We don't. Culturally, we don't have any loyalty to ourselves. Like, it all comes down to actually the money.
And what looks good.
Who's paying? And I told my daughter this. And we went and looked at Howard and, other colleges. Right, we went and looked at, but Howard is charging a whole salary.
But that's
year.
A good school. That's what I'm saying. It's a great school.
And it's also the tunnel, like I said, it's the tunnel
to get you a great job.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they charge us so much.
Right.
And they
there are lots of wonderful schools out there. But I told her, you are going with whoever cuts the check. Because I feel like you can put out 25 applications and you got all these people who are looking at all your credentials and see how wonderful you are. And they see where you fit. Whoever writes the biggest check, that's what fuck you going. I don't care if that's TCU. I don't care if it's SMU. I don't care if she wants to go to Georgia Tech. That's fine. Go get you a Georgia Tech scholarship. Go wherever you want to go. Because at the end of the day, your piece of paper, after you have used it a couple of times, it don't matter no more. And most people don't even use their degree to go and get it. What it boils down to is who the fuck you know. When you know and experience. Right, your experience and who you know. And once you built you a network, I've seen people like navigate spaces with people who have 3, 4, or 5 degrees and they have nothing. But it's just because they built that network around themselves that they're able to navigate those spaces. But I told her, I was like, you know whoever cutting the check, so you go and float your resume out there, do wherever you want to go, that's fine. But whoever cuts the check, that's where you're going. Because I'm not paying for you to go to school. I ain't even got that shit in the budget. So you figure it out.
And that's how much
that's how it's supposed to be.
We ain't writing no Felicity Hall checks.
No, I ain't paying off nobody.
Her daughters were very upset with her for that.
Go to Dallas Promise 2-year degree and going to UNT. I don't care. It's just like, because you're going to leave college in debt. You know what I'm saying? Because you say, I want to go to the school I want to go to. Okay, yeah. You want to go to Duke. You go to Duke, you end up owing $200,000 in student loans that's going to take you till you 65 to pay off. No. College, I feel like college is a scam unless you're playing sports.
Well, I mean, the first 2 years is a repeat of high school anyway. Let's just be honest.
Depends on your major too. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a doctor, you definitely go to college.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else?
Not anything.
I don't know, engineering, business. Like, man, we had a.
I mean, unless you're going to get a professional degree, like if you're going to college to become a doctor, a lawyer, anything with like those professional specifications where you're going to leave and say, I am a doctor, I am a lawyer, these are things. But if you're just going to get just a regular undergrad degree, what the fuck are you doing that for? Like, you got to go and get like some respect on your name, or it's going to be all for nothing.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like you get respect on your name when you go to college and when you get out of college. Like, you get a lot of respect out on, like, from coming out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of people, they like see me and it's just like, it's love. They like, damn, I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to show people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Do you think you would ever go back to school and get a master's?
Sometimes I used to think about it because I stayed right across the street from USC.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I used to train. We used to train there, or even when I didn't stay or whatever, like, you know, like, I used to be like, man, I should go to school. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, like, live. Like
Cause it's live.
It's live. Like that school feel
He
good.
enjoys school.
Like I
You
enjoyed
know,
it.
I hated it.
Yeah, like I'm like that's what
Everybody
did.
don't have the same experience.
Yeah, they don't. They
Yeah.
don't. I'm
Well,
just saying,
Stan
like,
said there's no experience like the HBCU
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
experience.
So
Yeah.
I enjoy school and like that's
man,
like
I'm telling you, like, Beyonce made me wish I went to a fucking HBCU. Like she did when
She
I was
go
watching Coachella, and
Did you go to a
no.
Oh, I went to HBC. Oh, I thought
Commerce is not a HBCU. It's a bunch of
It's
niggas
pretty
up
much
there.
a HBCU.
It's a bunch of niggas up there, but it's not an HBCU. It's still in the Texas A&M system,
Okay.
but it's not an HBCU. I mean, but you know, just seeing that whole experience, it's like, damn, I wish I went to HBCU. They got a band, and they got all the Greek organizations. Like they move differently on their campus than you know what I'm saying. Like it's more like consecrated, type situation.
You gotta take African American studies.
Yeah. But shout out to everybody that went to HBCU, man. I know they
My baby goes to a HBCU,
Yes, he does.
GSU. I've been asking for grades. He ain't showed me nothing, y'all. I'm saying I need to see some grades. He did screenshot.
And
There are
is
no
he
grades
studying,
available.
Communication.
Mass
And
communications
that's
with
where
an
you started
emphasis
at,
on
right?
sports
Yeah.
broadcasting.
I
Yeah.
started in
and
confounding.
Micah says many people who graduated
That's my
work for
girl
people
over there. She
without
remember everything
degrees,
about
even
your
in
boy,
tech
man.
fields.
Shout out to Kamiko, man.
And it's true. Like I've seen jobs where it's like you have to have a bachelor's degree and they only paying you like $15, $16 an hour. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And them student loans be like $1,200 a month.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
Pay us our
tax
money back
You want me to have a
immediately.
degree and you're gonna disrespect me like that? When am I working part time? Like what in the world? They
They
shot
$15 on the codes of
Listen.
So guys, that is our show actually.
Yes,
So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you.
Mr. Joe
Oh, if they
Powell.
wanna let them.
Oh yeah, tell them where they can
tell
follow
them your
y'all
social
on
media.
social media because I know y'all want to be live and all other words y'all use tonight.
I got my IG is.
You gotta speak up.
I got you, baby.
I'm a translator. Go ahead, I got you.
Joe Cool.
Oh, my IG is
Cool ass nigga.
Yeah. that's what they call me, but they call me it, but my IG is JP3 _ Powell.
JP3 _ Powell.
Yeah. So
Powell.
I can follow me there. on
I
IG.
stretched that one.
So
Follow me on Twitter, man.
yeah, that's what Twitter
You
really
ain't
be
got
busting.
He
Follow him
My
on
Twitter
Twitter.
be busting.
He
I wanted to
tweets.
say Twitter first, but I didn't want to be.
That's really
No, tell me your
Yeah.
Twitter.
What's your Twitter name?
PJ Dawson 47.
PJ Dawson 47
Yeah,
at Twitter.
47.
And what's your Twitter, Joe?
He says it be busting.
It be
Super
busting.
busting.
Oh no,
Bussing.
busting.
No
Twitter.
Busting.
I didn't want to give him too much sauce.
Oh, he
I
said
can't
y'all
give him
don't have
you
to
can't
work
give him
y'all
too
way
much. So I'm
into
gonna give you,
Twitter.
I'm gonna give you the IG love because IG be busting too though.
Wait.
But Twitter, yeah, my
These
Twitter
young
is
kids, I'm telling you.
Joe Powell _3 is my Twitter.
How old are you, Joe?
I'm 28.
You're 28, and you are
26.
26.
Wait, Stan said he took African American studies from a white woman.
Oh, baby.
That's funny.
27.
Okay, guys, thank you so
I'm about to
much
be
for
28.
tuning in to 30 something podcast.
We'll see y'all next week.
I won't
The
because I'm
feed
not gonna
stay
be
up the
here.
whole
But
time. We have wonderful
yes,
shows.
we will see y'all next week.
Man,
Make sure y'all
go
like,
watch my highlights, man.
share, and he said watch his highlights. Check him
Yes,
out with the
watch his
Blizzard.
highlight reel. This is the defensive player of the year.
Oh.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.